Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Kai Sage here, bringing you back another video. This is my update 43 State of PvP commentary. Now, before I hop in, I have a few things I want to talk about. Clips in the back, just a Magblade Emperor, some Mag Crow, and some Stamden. It's honestly kind of just the last little bit in my vault of clips. Haven't played a whole lot this patch, but I've played enough to give my opinion on the state of PvP, and this is just an opinion. I did also start a new guild. When I do end up coming back to play a lot more often, I definitely want to get the guild back up. Start probably some PvE events. So if you wanted to do that, feel free to let me know, and I'll send you an invite if you're on PCNA. A little bit of what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to talk about class balancing, the state of open world, because that's what I play. I don't play Battlegrounds or Duel a whole lot. I want to talk about two classes in particular, Dragonite and Necromancer, and then I'll recap for you all, and then probably throw on some music if I don't get through all of these clips. So let's talk about class balancing. Now, things are pretty much the same as they were in Gold Road, but there's two big differences, which is why I talked about Dragonite and Necromancer. I'll get to those in a little bit more detail later, but class balancing overall, which is what I'll focus on here, is fine. Some classes are good at others. I've honestly never had a problem with that. I know a lot of people don't like that. Well, this class is super great at dueling. This class is so good at open world. But I really think it has to be that way. I think if you wanted everything to be perfectly equal, there'd be no class, there'd be no class difference at all. Everything would just be the same. And I think if you're good enough at said class, you can make it good for whatever you want to, use it for. So, there are certain classes that might not be the greatest open world, but if you put a great player on it, they will do just fine. So, I think class balancing, fine. It's very similar to Gold Road, but it's more of like sets that are making things broken, and I think that's more of an easy fix, rather than just trying to balance the classes so much. So that's really it. I'll be short and brief on class balancing. There's not really much to talk about in comparison to last patch. It seems fine for the most part, but sets, which I'll get to later, are kind of a problem. Let's talk about state of open world. So there's a couple things when it comes to open world, and it's honestly the reason why I've been taking such long breaks and why my videos have been very inconsistent. And the number one is ball Zerks. If some people call them ball groups, I call them ball Zerks because they're like 20 people, and they just follow each other around. They look like one person because they're holding hands so much, and they've ruined the game. They seem like they're popping up more than ever this patch on PCNA. Once again, that's the only server I can speak for. And you can't kill them. You can't do a lick of damage to them. And I think what makes it the worst for me is that there are players who were getting like 1v10 like a year ago, and now they're unkillable. You can't even think about touching their health bars because there's 4 heals, and it doesn't seem like, as far as I've seen, ZOS is doing anything to nerf them. And what do those look like? I think I have a few ideas, but I could go on that rant forever, so I won't. But ball zerging is honestly what has made me lose a ton of interest in this game. And if you've played PvP at all out in Cyrodiil, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I'll just leave that as that. That is the biggest problem in the open world state of PvP. The second thing I want to talk about is how cowardly people are. So let's say you don't find a ball zerg. Let's say you find a little 8-man. And there's 2 of you, and you kill like 3 or 4 of the players. The other 3 or 4 are running. I promise you that. They are running to the keep. They will hit every defensive ult known to man to make sure they can get back in said keep. They won't continue to fight. They will run. And now it's not every single player on the server, right? But there are many players who will do that. And it really makes the game not fun, because even if you can finally get that good clip, you finally get a nice little X going, they all just run away. And I don't know what has made people so cowardly, especially in a video game where you can just respawn. You have multiple lives. You don't lose anything by dying. I mean, exposed videos are nowhere near as much of a thing anymore. I don't really understand why people are so cowardly, but I guess it's just part of the game now. And not to be too long-winded, so I'll move on, but that's essentially the open world state of PvP. It's not good at this point, and it's part of why I don't really play that much anymore. I do want to get back into the game, maybe over the next couple weeks or so, and so I'll be pumping out quite a bit more content, and maybe pumping out some new content. Specifically, Baldur's Gate is a game I really like. If you'd be interested in that, feel free to comment below, because I would love to, start posting that, especially if it drew some interest. Now, quickly, let's talk about Dragonite and Necromancer. The reason why I bring up Dragonite is because they are the biggest problem right now with the new Pyre brand set. I'm not sure if they nerfed it. Like I said, I haven't played a ton, but just my initial, thoughts is that set is completely broken. It basically gives them Draugr pressure with burst, and it's just insane. And Dragonites are once again broken, and they just make the game not fun. Honestly, that Pyre brand shit hits so hard, and there's no counterplay to it. And you're getting zerged by a couple of those Dragonites. You can just call it a day. And that's really all I have to say about that. It's not the class itself, it's just the set mainly. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Secondly, let's talk about Necromancers. They tried, but I don't think they did enough, especially not with Stamcrow. Most of the buffs were more for Magcrow. And so, like I said, they tried. But I think, honestly, at this point, I'm done maining the class. If that was their best attempt, the class is still pitiful. And I've already 5-starred it, so I just don't have the desire or care to be, really good at Necromancer. I might put out a build just so people who are really interested in still playing it, or who might want to get into it, can have something to play. But I don't really plan to play it a whole lot more. I'm going to probably main something else and go on about my day. So yeah, hopefully this helps. If you're curious about what the state of PvP look like, hopefully this is a good enough opinion for you. But make your own opinions, right? Go play, right? My opinion is not, the end-all, be-all. I'm not some grandmaster of ESO. Play it and, let me know your thoughts. And if you have been playing, let me know if you agree. Let me know what things I could add for next time, and we'll go from there. So thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the clips in the back. Thank you. See you next time. Later.